Hey fellas, it's 265 Chevy here, two-car garage. Just want to talk about the filter system a little bit. Well, I tried to pressurize it and add some leaks. Mostly comes from the fittings, the fittings or whatever, going in, stuff like that. And I think the reason why is because I was using, everything I did with Teflon tape seemed to work. But then when I went to the plumbing store, I saw this and I figured this would be a lot easier than Teflon. So trying to take the easy way out, and I used that, and it really don't dry, it kind of stays wet. And so that's not the way to go. So if anybody's going to be doing some plumbing on pipes and stuff like that, definitely use the Teflon tape. Now, what I did, I bought the gas Teflon tape. It's a little thicker, and that seems to work. So what I got to do is take it apart, clean all the threads and everything off, and then redo everything, then repressurize it and see if it leaks. And I'll give you an update after I do that. And haven't really been able to get in the garage. I've been sick. Haven't feeling good. Doing a little bit here and there. That's about it. But really want to get this done. But one day at a time. Yeah, Jeff Chance, I was watching your video and I saw that you was doing your sandblasting. Yeah, what I do is actually I take the 5-gallon bucket, like I said, and I use it like a window screen, something like that over there. Some's got some decent sized holes, but it stops all the big stuff from coming out. And now, this is just me, but I'll use play sand, and it works fine. I use it on stuff like that, something that's like doubled. Now, I would never use it on my panel, but underneath the floor and everything, which I think you're going to use Rhino liner or something like that. That's gonna that you're gonna put over it. I think that'll work out fine. It's like $5 for a 50-pound bag or something like that. It's not very expensive at all. So you don't have to really worry about getting warpage. I mean, anytime you have bends in your metal, it's real thick, it's hard. This is, this will oil can if you get heat and stuff. So you don't want to do it on nothing like that. But just take the bag and strain it through with a nice big filter. I mean, a nice big funnel, and pour it into. Put the screen in the 5-gallon bucket and pour it through the screen and get all that big stuff out. The finer the screen, the finer the sand's going to be, and it'll work out fine for whatever you got to do. It'll work out perfect. Yeah, I think you got the message. I think I remember you reading a tell from you. But that's about it right now. Let me get started on this, and I'll make an update as I go throughout the night. I'm gonna try to work out here a little bit tonight, and I'll tell you where I'm going from here. Later, fellas. All right, fellas, I'm back. Well, definitely. Teflon tape is the way you want to go. I'm glad I figured that out now. Glad I tested it, but no leaks. This is pretty much the setup that I'm going to use. The fittings are going to change at the ends here and also here. But this is just mocked up for a setup, and I wanted to mock it up so I can test it. And got a little drain valve. This right here is going to go to my paint gun. That's my oiler. That's going to go to my, you know, eventually I may go to a bigger oiler, but right now this is what I have. I don't think this is going to last a long time, but it's cheap, Harbor Freight shit. But for right now, it's good enough. Right now it's pressurized to 130 psi. I have a question for y'all. Okay, regulated air, the compressor that can go, it can go up to 175. That compressor right there. You should regulate it to what? Say 100 psi. I mean that should be a good pressure to work everything. You know, all the guns. Well, the paint guns, I know that each paint gun is differently, you know, regulated. You know, can regulate it here and then regulate it at the gun. But I'm talking about with normal air tools. If you have a pressurized system, what, to 100 psi, the system itself, I don't think you'd, because truthfully fellas, I used to run these things at 120, 130. You know, it just came right off the compressor pretty much. That's pretty much how I've always, you know, because I didn't have all this stuff. I just pretty much put a line on the compressor. My little small 33 gallon that I used to use all the time before I got this thing. Craftsman 33 gallon with 5 horsepower. I gave it away, but to a friend that didn't have a compressor at all. But y'all can answer that. I'm pretty sure it's probably 100's a good pressure. You know, it can pretty much work a impact gun and everything like that. For whatever reason, just regulated, this don't seem to be working. I try to lower it down here, but it stays high. Maybe because it's a 1/4 inch, I don't know. Maybe there's too much pressure on it, but I can regulate it down here. So I'm not really too worried about it. I'm not going to change the mock-up for that. You know, if I'm running it, you know, I just put it at 100 and leave it there. And if I'm painting anything, I'm not going to be using that there anyway. So I can always regulate it here. And should be good to go. Alright, so now what goes on, this is mocked up. This is done. I'll tell you what, you know, buying all the little fittings and the copper pipe and all that stuff. Those little fittings add up, man. It's unbelievable what they want for those things. $2, $3 a piece and stuff like that. Well, now, all this work to put it together, now I'm going to have to take it all back apart again. Take it all apart, put it on the side, and then I'm going to have to take this panel off. Weld a little piece underneath that I want to weld on there, so I'm going to be showing y'all that. I've never really welded one time in my life, so get a little welding practice in. I'll be able to set up my welder over there. I'll be able to set that up. It's a little Clark 130 EM, yeah, EN I think it is. Got the gas, everything. I already went and bought the wire and everything for it, so I have everything I need to do some welding. So I'll take this panel off, do some welding, paint the frame, sand it down, paint the frame, put the frame up, and then actually designed it that I could put the panel up after the frame's on. So I don't know if you could see, but I drilled some holes in the beam itself. See the holes? 1, 2. And there's one right there, 3 for the top, so I can get to the screws to screw the panel down, and then I can screw the rest of the panel. Sorry about that, fellas. Oh man, these buttons. I'm sorry, I'm going in and out. I apologize for that. Still trying to get used to the camera. I designed it so I can put the panel on after the frame's up. This thing weighs a little bit to put it up by one person. So everything I did so far is that I designed it that, you know, I could take the union off here, and I could take the union off here, and I can remove all the copper pipe. So that can be installed after the panel's up. This is all one unit. You know, all this is going to be together with that, and I can install this on the panel. One unit, you know, put that up, put the panel up. After that's up and painted and everything, then put this up, then plumb that in, and then after I have all that up over in the corner, then I'll be able to start plumbing off of that, plumbing up to start plumbing my copper pipe and move the compressor back and start plumbing going up, and then I can get the, get the length all the way across. And I'm probably going to run the pipes right behind the lights. You know, so that should be pretty perfect for going with 3/4, like I said before. And that's about it. I'm going to shut you off. This is going to be the last video of the night. I don't think y'all really want to see me taking a panel off and all that. Whenever I get to the welding part, I'll make another video of that, of what I'm welding, and show you what kind of welds I put on it and stuff like that. And that's about it. What is tonight? Friday night. I got to work tomorrow at the firehouse. Well, y'all have a good weekend. I finally caught up on all the videos. There you go, WTBM. I was sick, so I was watching some videos. I watched over 100 videos. And I'm down to 4. So there you go. Darren, the Volkswagen's really coming out nice, and really excited watching you working on the heads on the big block. And so I know the Nova's right around the corner. You'll start be working on that again, so that's going to be cool. Watching a lot of good videos. See everybody's, you know, dealing with the weather and trying to get some projects done. Yeah, Euban, man, you're doing an awesome job. Stripping all those panels and everything with the stripper. You know, you're right. You can never be too nice to a stripper. You just gotta use them and abuse them. That's just how it is. So, but you're doing a good job on that, and look forward to seeing all y'all videos, and keep them up. I'll talk to y'all later. I'm gonna go start loading this, and I'm gonna start taking this apart, like I said, and clean up my mess. I did buy a few fittings and ball valves today to start plumbing my other stuff. I don't have no 3/4 inch pipe here. Gotta wait a little bit to get a little more money up, and then I'll go buy some of that. But later, fellas, y'all have a good weekend. Bye bye.